And so it does have value on the trade market. That said, with where the Wolves are going in terms of Karl Anthony Towns with his contract, Jimmy Butler, if he eventually gets a contract, Andrew Wiggins' contract, you need those young guys in your program as much as you need to peddle them to bring in other veterans, because you're not going to. Minnesota is not a place that you're going to get four guys just coming here for the veteran minimum to chase a ring. It just you were not there yet in the development stage of this franchise to be able to do that. So how do you get those guys? You get young players, and maybe they only play 15 minutes a night the first year, but then they play 20 minutes the next year and 25 minutes the next year, and then they're ready to go. You have to be able to develop that talent. It's just going to be crucial for this team going forward, the way that their roster is structured financially.
From Dirt Bike Head and Brian Francois, questions about trades. Brian's question is specifically Wiggins for Kemba and salary, and flipping Teague for Fournier seem two logical moves. Getting a big three that fit better and added shooting. Does a player like Kemba seem like a realistic get for Wiggins?
Well, I know that Charlotte certainly is considering moving Kemba. I think that the question that they would ask and they'd have to kind of come to grips with is with Batum on their roster, with a couple of the contracts that Rich Cho signed before he was fired, they are in dire straits with the cap as well. And so would you bring Wiggins, who has his own monster deal in, would you be willing to commit a lot of that cap to him? And if you figure Kemba's going out anyway, maybe you do roll the dice and take a chance on it. I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibility that they consider something like that, but I do think that they're probably going to be looking for a little more flexibility cap wise, and or if they're going to commit to a contract of Wiggins' stature, they want a little more certainty in what they're getting in that player. So that's always going to be the complicating factor with an Andrew Wiggins trade, is who is going to be willing to really commit to the next 5 years to make sure that they think that they can get him to an all-star level player. And I'm not sure that that's the case.
Two more Twitter questions. Thanks for sending them in. We appreciate it. Nathan Dalsing, last year's pick, Patton's almost forgotten. Any trade interest in him around the league?
Nah, there's not going to be a whole lot of trade interest in him right now, at least as an asset, because he's a big man with a foot problem who didn't play at all last year. And so his value is going to be pretty low on the market. And so there just is a lot of uncertainty again with him about what you're going to get if you were to trade for him. So certainly I think because he's on a manageable rookie deal, he might be a sweetener that you could throw into a package to say, hey, we'll give you this guy too and see if you can get something out of him. But again, the Wolves need these young guys too. I mean, they need those guys in their system to hope that they develop into something, or else they're going to be stuck with a huge luxury tax bill and no kind of where to go with all the salary on their books. So they need some players with upside on their roster that they can develop, and he would be one of those guys.
Last Twitter question. Lots of shade from Brett. Lots of shade being thrown the T-Wolves' way. What do they do to get in front of this, and what should they do to get in front of this in terms of just all the rumors, the cat rumors, the stuff we talk about?
Yeah, it's a great point, and I do struggle with this too, Jim, because you don't want to be the guy out there if you're the GM or the president of basketball operations or the coach like Tibbs and Layden are, and addressing every single rumor, really kind of hyperventilating about kind of things that pop up out of nowhere and overreacting to the mob, because then you're only throwing gasoline on the fire. But I think really the key for them going forward to emerge out of this, and maybe to limit some of the leaks some of the kind of the innuendo and the drama and the characterization of the franchise is to communicate better internally, to make sure that the people that are working for you are on board with what you're doing and feel like they're invested and have a place at the table. Because as you know, people who are happy don't talk. People who are unhappy talk. Like they gossip and maybe they embellish, or maybe they have an agenda, or maybe they just want to tell the truth and say, hey, it freaking sucks in here. Somebody shine a light on this and let's let people know who are in positions of power to make decisions. So all of that kind of thing is there needs to be a calming of the waters internally. Mm-hmm. It's not even a PR thing for them. It's internal struggles. And so far we have not seen any sign of either Tibbs or Layden being interested or able to address those things internally and understand that there are issues. And if we go about things a little bit differently, maybe we won't have a headline every other day of some drama involving the Timberwolves. And it does affect the players. I have players who talk to me and text me and DM me on Twitter and stuff saying, what the hell is going on? And so if they're coming to me, that means they're not getting their answers internally, and that's a problem.
That's no question. Whistleblowers blow the whistle because they're not getting any satisfaction inside the organization, or they fear bringing up a contrarian viewpoint inside the organization. Those are most of your sources, people. Great stuff from Jon Krawczynski. As always, check out talknorth.com. Subscribe any way you like. Download if you get the chance. Support our sponsors if you can. TSR Injury Law, SodaStick.com, and Tony Hoaglund, your State Farm Agent Champlin. Enjoy the NBA playoffs. We'll talk more about them next week.